Alrighty folks, good evening. It's 10 minutes of 8. Going to teach a little bit basic stuff as I always do. It's oftentimes it's the same thing because it's just this is how I think with the music. Basic theory, I guess, we'll do C major. In C major you would have a C, you know, and this is the same in any key. It would be the same pattern. A major, a minor, which in this case would be if you took it bar chord wise, you could see it physically more. C, D minor, E minor. So there are all those first three, it's the same way no matter what key you start it and do this in. It's major, 2 frets apart, minor, doing it this way. I mean, obviously if I do the chords this way, they're all in here, you know. So C, D minor, E minor, F. You just go from that third chord in the key of C, 1 fret for the next major. Then 2 frets again for the next major, in this case G. Then now I'm watching TV with the sound off. Then a natural minor, in this case in C it's A minor, and then B would be a diminished. Back to C, so that's where you hear your. Okay, and then of course you can find each one of those chords in multiple ways, or you can create them in multiple ways, in dyad form or triad form. That dyad means 2 notes, or you know, like power chords or whatever. So I'm gonna, you know, we'll be on the A. So your pentatonic for this is A minor pentatonic. You know, your any minor pentatonic. In this case A, and I'm doing the bar chord so you can clearly see how I walked up them chords. In the key of C, you could go. You know, there's your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. This is basic, because the theory goes deeper and music becomes a wheel and a wheel and a wheel. I only know the basics, scratching the surface stuff, but I have found just working with that, I ain't even touched what's available in it. So I figured, why not just stay in the box, is what people might call it, for this particular learning the fretboard. And I would take things like, okay, if I'm going to play in C major, pure C major, because again, a C chord will show up in many different keys. If there's a C in the key of G, the 4 chord would be a C. Or even in and an A minor shows up multiple places. There's an A minor in the key of F, or can be used in the key of F. So this is just staying purely in the key of C, which is all whole notes. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C if you start with the A. If you start with the C, it's C, D, E, F, G, A. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. You know, that's what it is. So I taught myself all those scale positions, and I can do it in every key. Once you master one key and you go, okay, there's a certain shape to them, your A minor pentatonic, starting at the lowest point. And they repeat themselves up here. But if you listen to that A minor pentatonic, starting here, for example, and you start with that baby finger note, the C, right? A minor, again here. But if you start with that C note, doing the same notes, it's C major, okay? So I take these different things, learning the do, re, mi, the pentatonic, and I'm just using C major as an example, and then I find like basic things. So say if we take a C major, and you can substitute any one of these chords with certain other chords, but understanding the context of whatever the whole progression is that you're trying to create a melody over depends on what the chords are as a whole. And some things you might be changing keys a lot. So this is just basic do, re, mi. Here's a things that I've come up with just noodling in the key of C major. Or at least have my mind on. I can play all the scales, all the scale blocks of C major, or the pentatonic, A minor pentatonic. Here's a thing. These are just things, like I've got a lot of semi-finished ideas with these things. I'm just taking a C here and turning it into a, and I've got other things with, I've got hundreds or dozens of them, but I take a C major 7 to replace your C, and then this is a triad of a B diminished, A minor, down to G, F major 7. So I do a lot of creating with just taking those basic things, you know. And I could, here's an F major 7 substitute for another voice, I should say, of an F major 7. That's an F major 7. This is an F major 7. Just taking that C major 7 and moving it up to where your root is F. Here's another voice of that. Same thing. Hear it? So what's one of the things that I kept? This is also something I would go in all the scale blocks of C major to create melodies. So just simple things that I'll just toy around with, you know, whatever. What else do I got with that? It's just an A minor, but you got your B and your C note, so I'm staying with all pure C major / A minor, B diminished, F, whatever. You know, just things like that. I got so many. I'm not playing any of the ideas that I have. This is part of an idea that will be a finished piece. This part here. The CD for that kind of stuff's going to be awesome. And that may not be, I might not end up playing it in that exact way. I'm going to find drum beats. I'm going to be using Addictive Drums as a program for all my drum beats. And I'll have to go into them once I lay a beat out that sounds like, oh, that'll go good with this. This might change, be a little slower, a little faster. You know, and I might even switch some of the chording around. But you got to start somewhere with an idea. My point being with my lessons is learning your do, re, mi. It's just in chord form and your scales, especially if you're going to create your own material. It's helpful to know some of that. It's not necessary, you know, but I mean, that's where I've gotten a lot of my ideas from, is just playing each one of these things. So there you go. You know, that's it. F. So that's all I'm saying is if you learn a little bit of the theory, it's helpful to find things. And say I wanted to play an E minor, but I'm going to play it in the context of the Phrygian mode, which it is in C major. You got your Ionian as your first. Second would be you'd be playing a Dorian flavor to that D. You know, the C, the D minor in the key of C. The E would be Phrygian. So if I wanted to play something with an E Phrygian flavor, I just play an E minor, but then I go off into those scale blocks of C major and create melodies, whatever I want to hear. If I'm going to intentionally have that Phrygian sound, that means I'm going to be playing the scales of C major to that E. Here's your C. So for the E Phrygian sound, I'm just going to play to the out of the scales of C major to that. Now can I have that in there? Can that note be in there? I just make sure all the notes are from that. So there you go. So you could actually throw in a little bit of E minor pentatonic to something that you're creating, you know. You know, and when you throw in that F into it, you really hear that Phrygian sound. So there's another example of where you got an E minor here. Your natural E minor comes from G major, but there's also an E minor that can be used in the key of C major, and that's this one, and it would be the Phrygian sound. What? So, okay, there you go. My 15 minutes is up. Just sharing a little bit of stuff that might help somebody along the way. If it helps one person, I've done my job.